Excel chart titles. What are they? What's their function? How do you change them? Here we have a ton of information. We have some nice graphs. We have a bunch of numbers. We have this narrative over here. I'm going to explain all of this. So buckle up. Let's go. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. How to change Excel chart titles. A chart can have several different types of titles. It could have a chart title, a category access title, a value access title, a secondary category access title, secondary value access titles, even a depth access title for 3D charts. The easiest way to add a title is click the chart and then hit plus. If you want to add an access title, you can click access title and you see the arrow where you want the access title. You can have it primary horizontal, primary vertical. And if you have more options, the format bar will show up. Hit access title, hit this arrow, and you can go primary. Well, what happened to primary vertical? How about primary horizontal? How about primary vertical? Where'd it go? Probably hidden somewhere here. Go to access title. Clearly a vertical title isn't a go. You can get rid of it. You can add a chart title. You can move the location, centered on the chart, above chart, centered overlay. So you can keep it above chart. Fool around with this all you want. A lot of options. Say we want to add title here, an axis title. If we want to change the name access title to new title, just go open the formula bar, new title, hit enter, and now you have new title. If you want to move this, grab the 4 arrows, scroll up or down, left, right, whatever you want, just moved it. If you want to reconfigure this, if you want it a little bigger, you may be able to change the dimensions. You want to change the font size, highlight the title, go to Home, Font Size. You can see, change the font size. You want to change the font, you can fool around with this. Not a lot of options, are there? If you highlight the text inside this range, hit right click. You can use the mini toolbar, or if you highlight any part of it, you're going to get this other toolbar. Let's say you want a link title. You can change this by simply going into the formula, highlight the title. Here it's highlighted, go into the formula bar, hit equal. Let's say you want B1 as the link, hit B1, and now you have a permanent link here. If you change this, new title, it will change. Now let's build a chart, very simple chart, that just shows revenue and the years. All I did was grab Microsoft P&L. I didn't even grab that. All I did was highlight this area right here, B3 to L4, and I made a simple line chart. It's minimal in its detail, which is fine. You want to add a legend. The legend here reads, we have Microsoft profit and loss and total revenue and operating income and what have you. This will be revenue. Click the chart and we have the plus, and we just have legend. Go down to legend. We have options. Hit this arrow here. We want it at the bottom. Now we have a series. Well, there's an automatic default and it'll be series 1, 2, and 3. How do we change this? Go to chart design, data, select data. Click the chart, go to chart design, go to data, select data. Here we have the series, which will be revenue, and then we have the years. You want to change the name here on the series, hit edit, just put total revenue, hit OK. Now you have total revenue. To apply it, hit OK. You have a legend that says total revenue. Okay, let's say instead of the legend, you wanted to do something silly like add shapes. I went ahead and I just added a couple of shapes. How do you do it? Go to Format, go to Insert Shapes, grab a shape, whatever it is. Click and drag it down to whatever. Figure it however you want. It's going to pre-format to this blue color. You can go to the home page, go to whatever color you want, and you can change it there. If you want to add text, just click inside. You may want to make it a little bit bigger and then just type something in. But fun. Font size is a little big. To lower it, FUN shows up. You can resize this any way you want. And move it. Remember, if you want to try to move this, grab the 4 arrows and just drag it. Let's say you want to save a chart as a template. Very straightforward. The key thing to remember is where that chart is stored or where it's saved. Right click, save as template. Now look at the path here. Remember, sometimes this is hard to find. This says chart template files. Now this is a default, so you may need to write this down. You're just going to need to remember somewhere within Microsoft where it's saved and just renaming it. How do you get rid of the grid lines? Very simple. Hit the plus button, go to grid lines, disable, grid lines gone. Grid lines enabled, and then you have options. Hit the arrow. Let's say you want to get rid of the primary, but you want major vertical. You don't like the major vertical? Go to minor horizontal. You don't like the minor, disable, go to minor vertical. Go back home, just go back to grid lines, go primary, and we're back to where we started. Now you're set with the grid lines, but you want them a little thicker. Click the grid lines, go to shape outlines under format, go to weights. By moving up and down the different weights, you can change the weights. If you want to add a little bit of shadowing or other effects, go to format, shape effects. If you want shadow, hit shadow, and you can pull around here to the different shadows. You have an inner shadow. If you want a glow, you can go with a glow. If you want soft edges, you can see some work, some don't. Again, you can fool around with this. You want to change the total revenue. Let's say you have projected revenue. Forget the revenue part, just concentrate on this change. What we're going to do is change these dates. And if this revenue was different, you can change that also. We can just copy this chart. Hit Control C, come down here and hit Control V. We click in the chart. We want to change the years to the information above here. Or actually, we can change both. We can just make up some random numbers, 85111, 86123, 91455, 93222, 101456. We'll just go up to 144444 to 2000. Anyway, you get the point. We have a bunch of change data, but we have this format. Well, we can change this pretty simply. All we got to do is click the chart, go to chart design, select data. It's going to bounce around on you a little bit, but we want to edit this stuff. Be sure to check out all of our Excel courses. Excel data and text manipulation. We have an advanced beginners and intermediate course. Excel essentials. This is for individuals new to Excel. We have an advanced, excellent beginners, level 1 and level 2, and intermediate level course. Excel formulas, formulas only. We have a beginner, an advanced, and an intermediate level course. Click on any of the links. There's a short video that explains everything about the course. Check it out. Let's say we want to edit the total revenue. Hit edit. The name's the same, but you see in the series value, it's referencing B4 to L4. Highlight this information, put equals, hit this range here. What is this, B68 to L68? Hit OK. And the new revenue should show. Now you can see that the only difference here is this 250. Let's go back to select data. And now we want to change the years. Hit edit. This thing's going to move around because it's trying to source this data up here. But we want the data here. Hit equal. We want to just highlight the old data, just grab this new data, hit OK, hit OK, and there you have a new configured chart with the same format, are the year and the revenues. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, Williams out.